Hello, Serge here from Mooresville, North Carolina. As you can see, it's definitely not the backyard. What it is, in fact, is in some monster gym. I mean, I've never been on one this big. And I'm here for a very particular reason, and to see my good friend here, Wayne Coolidge, who is my Director of Fitness and Health. And we're here to talk about fitness and health. And with us is Jerry, and I'm gonna let Wayne introduce Jerry and why you're here. But Jerry is a golfer. As you can see, he's wearing his golf shirt here. and he is a client of yours, Wayne, right?
Correct.
And they're gonna talk about what you have been able to do to help Jerry physically, and then not possibly, what it actually did for his golf game.
Absolutely.
So the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. One of my specialties is active dynamic aging, and I've been working...
Time out. I mean, that sounds cool, and I guess active dynamic aging means you're going to help us be more dynamic as we age?
Yeah, as people get older.
So dynamic means functional movement, and
yeah,
as well as feeling better with less aches and pains, correct? Okay, because I never heard that term before. It's a pretty...
Oh, I love that term. It fits for almost everything that we do.
Active dynamic aging.
Active
ADA,
dynamic aging.
Isn't that some bad letters for some other problems that kids have?
Yeah, could be. What I've realized is a lot of people, as they grow older and they get ready to retire, they work all their lives for the time they can be recreational. They have all the time in the world to do what they want to do. And a lot of people, their main recreation is golf. What tends to happen on occasion is they reach that age and they've neglected their body, they've been working hard, and they have all this free time, and their body has either been broken down or in some cases a disease state, and they can't quite enjoy all of the different activities that they wanted to enjoy. In this situation, Jerry, I got a call from his wife, and Jerry had just retired after working many, many long hours, and wanted to enjoy his retirement, kind of found he had some limitations. So his wife contacted me and actually purchased a set of training sessions to try to prepare Jerry for his retirement. And Jerry's going to let us know kind of how we started, how we got together, and how it's worked out for him.
Well, I started with Wayne about 2 months ago. And prior to that, I had not done much physical activity for a number of years due to some medical issues that I had, both with my heart and also with my lungs and breathing. And any type of exercise kind of intimidated my ability to do it, so I stayed away from it. Hooking up with Wayne, I've really, in just a short period of time, very short period of time, been truly amazed at what's gone on with the training, my confidence in my ability to work out, to exercise, etc. And really the tremendous offshoot of it for me being retired now is that I've gotten back into my golf, which I had left for a couple of years, mainly due to the physical limitations of my health. In working with Wayne, not only have I increased my flexibility in my swing and gotten more comfortable with my golf clubs and the swing in general, but also I found my distance and my accuracy, which is more important than anything to me, has improved dramatically. So I overall think it's an excellent program. I think it's definitely changed my retirement future as far as being able to enjoy recreational activities, etc. So I'm pretty pleased with it.
I have a question.
Sure.
So you mentioned that you had breathing issues, and what Wayne worked on with you, being a kinesiologist and breathing, it helped you breathing?
Yes, it did. It got me comfortable with it. Before I would find if I exercised, I'd either get out of breath, and that would then aggravate my heart issues, and I'd go into what they call atrial fib. So with the training that I've had, and also I have drugs as well that I'm taking to help the situation. But with the training, I just got more confidence that my breathing would stay under control, which it has during exercise, and then also built strength training into that. So it's a combination that's really improved my lifestyle.
Did Wayne teach you some breathing techniques?
Yes, he did. In exercising on breathing during the exercise, rest period after, getting prepared for the exercise, and also proper movement within the exercising has helped me a lot. So
All right, so he teaches you how to breathe, which means it's pretty hard to exercise if you can't breathe.
That's it.
So that had
For
to be
sure.
a primary thing to start with.
It really
breathing.
was. It was probably what
Yeah, keep
inhibited,
breathing.
it was probably what inhibited me the most from exercising.
So you learn how to breathe, and now you can start exercising. And again, as you get more fit, that makes breathing easier too.
Yes, definitely.
Is that correct?
Well, our strategy was to increase his intensity. I had to find out where his baseline was. And we talked long before we got involved about, I'm going to push your body to that limit, being very careful not to push you over the hill. So in other words, every session that we have together, our goal is to condition your body, allow your body to adapt to what intensities and stressors basically we give to it. And then when it gets comfortable at that level, we bring it back, come back 2 days later and do it again. And almost every day, except for a couple of cases, he came in not feeling real well, had a little bit of a setback. But in every other case, we actually had improved our functioning, both strength, our breathing, our what I call aerobic capacity. This is one of the issues that we'll get in later on in detail with the surgites around the world, is that some people just think cardiovascular endurance is necessary. I want the people that we work with to be able to breathe strongly and dynamically. In other words, big lung power and big fueling oxygenation of the muscles. So we've worked on all those aspects of this training.
Ed, you been a smoker in your life?
No, I haven't, fortunately.
So you never smoked, but you had these breathing issues?
Yes, I did.
Let me shake your hand, because I've never smoked either in my life.
Good.
And that helps you in your insurance premiums and everything else.
Another side
and the
benefit.
doctors love seeing a guy when you come in and you write down, especially for heart issues, that you haven't smoked, because that's one of the 5 major biggies about giving you heart problems. And I don't know what yours are, but I've had double bypass. Okay. And so I've been there too. I'm a member of the Zipper Club. So breathing naturally is very important. I know that for a while after I had my surgery, my daughter came down. My daughter's got a master's in occupational therapy, and my wife's an RN too. But Kim came down and spent some time at our house for about 2 weeks after my surgery, when I was starting to get out and walking again. And I mean, like the first time we were walking, she was looking at me and she says, "You're not breathing right. You know, breathe in through your nose and exhale through your mouth." And I tend to be more of a mouth breather.
Mouth breather.
And so I guess that's not very good, right?
Well, in some sense, no. But I want to say something before I forget, is one of the big issues with Jerry and a lot of our people is confidence. So there's a little bit of psychology involved here, because I could sense an underlying issue with Jerry where he's a little bit nervous about going on and being intense. So I basically pointed out the AED device and said flat out, "So I don't think you're going to have an issue. If you do, we'll take care of it." Yep. And I left it at that, which is kind of scary.
Not
but
that was a great solution.
Well, I think there's the issue. It's not so much just confidence. I mean, no matter what we want to do in life, what's the best way to build confidence? You start doing something successfully and improving and getting better and better. So I think it's scared. I mean, I can remember after my surgery, I'm sitting there and I'm cut from here to here. I got the small scar, but I'm sitting in the house, and my wife took 2 weeks off. Remember, I said she's an RN, she's a home health nurse, so she's got patients like me all the time that she's going and see. And I'm sitting, and all of a sudden, I mean, things would start going, woo, like this. I'm getting all these crazy feelings in here. And every now and then, they were pretty sharp,
Intense.
and intense stuff. And I'd say, "Susan, I'm getting some pains over here. Don't worry about it." "Susan," 10 minutes later, "Hey, I'm getting on. Don't worry about it." And I mean, this went on for 2 days. So finally I said, "What do you mean, don't worry about it? This is my heart. This isn't a, like I got a stubbed toe or something. I mean,
Right.
The toe ain't going to kill me, but the heart could. Don't worry about it." But so I think it's like that. It's a subliminal. It might not be fear, but it's a super high degree of concern.
Well, what I've learned from experience is that what may trigger an issue from him would be anxiety.
There you go. Because I mean,
And-
I had because again, after I didn't know this, and Susan told me that even after major surgeries like this, people end up with anxiety attacks.
Sure,
And I didn't have
apprehension.
mine till about 2 months after the operation. And I was told by her and the doctor that's very rare. Normally, with a major thing like this, you start having anxiety attacks in the hospital. And mine was almost 2 months later, and it was in a store. And I mean, it's like, whew, you get this hot and everything else. And I mean, again, that anxiety adds to this whole subliminal and minor what I would call fear, or at least high degree of worry and concern.
Well, that starts that vicious downward cycle of anxiety and fear, and then it's apt to go into a full-blown deal. And that's what I was trying to prepare him for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was my fear when I started, that any intense exercise was going to lead to a cardiac event. And
Those aren't
usually
good.
With cardiac events, I ended up in the hospital, with drug therapy to get my arrhythmia back into a normal rhythm, or get my heart back into a normal rhythm. And it's not fun, and it was frequent. And
So-
I haven't had any episodes in about 6 months, and I've been with Wayne the last 2 months.
So did you have high blood pressure?
No.
So, but this has helped your blood pressure and your anxiety and everything,
I had
huh?
good blood pressure, and yeah, I think what you just spoke to was great, Don, and it's the apprehension, it's the fear of just what could happen. And that, when I came to Wayne, that was what I expressed clearly, is I'm more concerned about, putting myself in a bad situation where I'm going to go back into a bad
Well, you'll be
arrhythmia.
calling 911 and an ambulance will come and
Exactly.
take you to the hospital.
Exactly.
Because I know that happened. Like,
Yep.
I mean, I actually had an anxiety attack at a golf school one time, and it started building up just before lunch. And I came back after lunch. I started the presentation on putting, and I had to stop because I was getting nervous. And I sat down, and it got worse and worse. And I said, "That's it. I had to go." I went to the hospital. I went to the room and took a break, and I came back and I hit it again. And I just told my brother, "Put me in a car and take me to the emergency room." Because it was kind of weird, and they finally diagnosed it an anxiety attack. So the anxiety can really mess stuff up.
Well, now we have a big positive outlook. So we're trying to take away these little initiators of anxiety and what may go into a full-blown episode sort of thing. So let's just recap briefly and let people understand that what I'm all about is stopping that vicious downward cycle of decline. And that's why I talk about active dynamic aging. So now, Jerry, I'm putting words in his mouth, but he has more to look forward to: grandchildren, traveling, playing golf twice a week, et cetera, et cetera. So there's another piece of the doom and gloom taken out of his life that he can be positive and go forward with. And the other point I want to make is that Jerry came to me with some medical issues. And the first day I talked to Jerry, I said, "You play golf?" He said, "Yeah." So I knew right then he was going to be a lifer with exercise, because he would see immediate results. Now, some people in Surge Nation may come to get stronger for golf. Now, those people are going to see the other benefit. They are going to see the health benefits as an added extra. So to recap the whole deal is, I don't care why you train. I don't care why you eat right. I don't care why you do it. But you're going to get positive benefits all throughout your whole life.
Every aspect of your life.
Absolutely.
And doesn't get much better than that.
It's made a huge impact on me.
Just added 10 or 20 years to your life.
I hope so.
Maybe
Thanks,
30 or
Jerry.
40, huh? Jerry, I can't thank you enough for coming in and
Glad to be
passing
here.
this on to the
Thanks-
Surge Nation. And
thanks for the invite.
Because it makes you a role model. You're living proof of it, because it sounds like you were in pretty tough shape, especially if your spiral was going the wrong way, and now it's going in the right direction for everything you do every day in your entire life. And it not only helps you physically, but mentally, and controlling and hopefully getting rid of all that anxiety, because I've never had it before until this, and I can tell you what, it can put you in some scary moments. So it's really nice not having that and it going away. In fact, I was having it with airplanes, and I've now, on my last 2 flights, not needed to take my little blue pill on the last 2 flights I've been on. And so anxiety is not what we want. Freedom from it is. Thanks, guys, for showing up, especially you, Jerry, coming in and talking to us. And for Jerry, Wayne, and the Surge, that's it, and I'll be talking to y'all again soon.